Have we gone for shopping? Okay. Okay. Gist me, please. I want all the juice. Nobody's answering me. That means people have not done it.
Finally, I can hear. Oh, finally, I can hear. Oh, finally, oh, thank God.
Just know that you are being live streamed. So everybody that listens to this webinar, everyone that listens to this webinar will know that Betty did that. All right. Why is nobody answering?
Jesus.
You
My
can unmute
steez.
your mic. You can unmute your mic if you want to share, like to let me know how you are preparing. I'm always for self-care first. Okay, I'm just back from shopping. I love it. That's the vibe I want. That's the vibe I want. I'm getting ready. When are you resuming that you're still getting ready? By this time. Hey, I'm getting ready. Look at this, she's just getting ready. Okay, you're resuming on the 7th. Okay. You still have some time. Okay, you still have some time. You still have some time. That's good. Awesome. Awesome. I want to say welcome to this very webinar, back to school prep webinar. I had to ask, like, when will school resume, so that I don't forget to do this webinar with you guys. Okay. I'm happy I asked, because here they've resumed, some of them have resumed since August. In Canada, some of them resumed on today's 7th, right? Some of them resumed during the week on Tuesday, because Monday was a public holiday. And in Nigeria, I heard some people are resuming on the 9th, if I'm not wrong. On the 9th, that means then some people are going to resume next week as well. That's the 17th, like Tolu. So this is coming at the right time for you, whether you're resuming this week or you're resuming next week. Now, if you see me rotating between two screens, it's just because I want you guys to see my beautiful face. So I'm using one device to show you my beautiful face while my slides are on another device. All right, let's get started. Let's get pumped. Let's get pumped. Let's get pumped. I played music for you, so if you came late, you did not dance to ginger yourself, so you can do that on your.
No, no, do you see my leg walk?
I saw it. See, oh bad. Ha! My gosh. So we're going to be looking at just three things: taking the right steps, then go into Q&As, and then we'll conclude. We're not going to be here for long because you have your checklists. Like I said, please stay till the end of this webinar so that you're able to get your free checklist at the end. I see everyone care. Hi sis, how are you doing? It's been a while. Hi Josephine. Hi David.
Very well. It's good to see you too.
Good to see you. Good to see you. Our people are here. Let's get pumped together, all right? So, quick question. Don't forget you can unmute your mic. I'd rather you unmute your mic if your background is not noisy, please. All right. So I want to ask you a question. My first one is, would you rather have your lessons fully prepared for you, but you are unable to change them, or create all your own lessons from scratch? Which one would you prefer? You can type in the chat, you can unmute to speak. Would you rather have your lessons fully planned? Everything is planned. They just give it to you, but you can't change anything after that. Or would you rather create all your lessons from scratch?
Pick me.
Go ahead.
All right, good evening, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here. My name is Bettina Namdi. For me, although I'm trying to be professional, I know that we are live streaming. So for me, I'll prefer to do my lesson from scratch, because I know that I like when somebody do something from, like, for example, if a friend prepare a slide for me, I want me to use that slide to just looks like I'm just coming to read this. But when I'm the one that create my slides by myself, it helps me to know, okay, there's meant to be a period, there's meant to be a full stop here, and there's meant to be like another semicolon here. So it becomes very easy. So I rather would create my own lesson from scratch. Thank you. And nobody should tell me to come and create lesson for them because don't even bother to even try to even ask me.
All of you saying from scratch. Why? I want to know why as well. I want to know why as well. Lesson planning can be very tedious. Like, don't you want someone to just say, "Don't worry, I got your lessons planned already. All you have to do is just teach." Who else wants to share? Like, why would you want from scratch? Okay, Tolu said to suit my style of teaching. Awesome. Elizabeth, why from scratch? Olaitan, why from scratch? David, why from scratch? Sorry, Luakemi, why from scratch? Why? Everybody's a professional here. Please share. Okay, let's wait for that. I don't know, said I want ready-made. For me, I don't know. It depends on who is preparing them, because I can't lie, lesson planning can be tedious. So if I have someone that is like wonderful, like who knows their thing with lesson planning, I don't mind. I don't mind, really. I really do not mind. But anyway, I would prefer to create my own lessons from scratch so that I can change anything that needs to be changed and, substitute whatever needs to be substituted and stuff. I would rather create my own lessons. Okay. So next one, would you rather have a PTA meeting every week or a staff meeting every week? Why? With your why? PTA meeting every week or staff meeting every week? We are getting pumped, so nobody should just be looking at their phones. I know it's 7 p.m., but we are getting pumped. So this is part of you getting pumped. It's meant to be, it's not an exam question. Just drop your opinions. Who wants to share?
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm Tolulope Adebayo. I'm glad to be here. Okay, I would prefer a staff meeting every week. And why would I want a PTA meeting? Why? Why would I want to meet parents every week? Some parents they won't even have the time to come. Even the PTA meeting we're having one, some people are finding it difficult to attend. So I prefer a staff meeting. At least in that meeting, we will discuss challenges for the week. We're going to discuss what we can use to, help ourselves. We are going to collaborate more and talk more about the learning progress of our children and all of that. So I personally would prefer a staff meeting. Thank you.
Awesome. As someone says staff meeting, everybody says staff meeting every week, staff meeting every week. Every week, I can show you, I'll get tired of it. PTA meeting, Kerara. Staff meeting every week. Okay, David is agreeing with me, so awesome. I same here. I prefer a staff meeting every week for planning, for discussion, for collaborations. PTA meetings every week, that just gives parents the opportunity to bring all their grievances, and honestly, I don't have the energy for that. So no. So would you rather resume before students or same day as students? Would you rather resume before students or same day as students? Although you used to have weekly time about PTA, some parents are very problematic, I'm telling you. Would you rather resume before students or the same day as students? For me, last time I was in a classroom, we used to resume before students who have like 1 week of doing different things. So we'll have like seminars and meetings and all of that, or even 2 weeks too. They'll give us 1 week to do all of that, then 1 week to rest, and they will resume. Sometimes it's like the week before resumption. But I didn't like it. Because I'm like, you're cutting my holiday short. So who wants to share? If you're just coming in, welcome. We are getting pumped for resumption. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Nafisat. Welcome. If you've not shared if you've not shared this link with your people, please do. Please do. Please do. All right. Resuming before students helps me get well prepared. Resumption before learners. Currently, we have resumed before our learners, 2 weeks before our resumption. Ooh. We always resume before, but me, I don't want. Let holiday be holiday. Right? Like, let holidays be holidays. I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. Next question is, would you rather grade 100 essays or attend 5 hours of back-to-back meetings? All right, I teach in a secondary school. There's not much to do apart from lesson plans, which I can do at home. Primary school teachers use that period to decorate, calibrate the board. It's more productive for them, in my opinion. Okay. All right. So would you rather grade 100 essays or 5 hours of back-to-back meetings? David said, grade 100 essays. David, remember assessment literacy. You are doing, when you say you are grading 100 essays, so you are looking at everything with the rubrics and every single paper. It's not just tick, 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 tick. No, not YX style. Like, so would you rather grade 100 essays or attend 5 hours back-to-back meetings? I'm not seeing your responses. I'm not seeing your responses. I'm not seeing your responses. You can unmute to speak if your background is not noisy. Back-to-back meetings or essay. I'll still grade 100 essays. Okay. Okay. Who else? Is that Antonia C? Hi, Antonia. Welcome. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Welcome.
Thank you, ma. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. So, Nafisat
Alright.
said back-to-back meetings. Sorry, hope you're doing well too. My mind was on the question.
Yes, I am.
Also, I said it depends on the mix of people in the meeting. If it's a wrong mix, pass me 100 essays, but I didn't get I'd grade essays, please. I love to do that. I'd rather be in a 5-hour back-to-back meeting. That's me. I'm not a fan of essays, grading essays. If it was just a normal assessment that has a mix, I would grade. But if it's just essays, like I have to read line by line, no, I won't do that. That's why I'm not an English teacher. I don't get like that one because that's a thing. I don't. Would you rather have a perfectly quiet classroom but no break, or a noisy class with plenty of breaks? Perfectly quiet classroom with no break, or a noisy class with plenty of breaks? Who wants to share? Who wants to share? Perfectly quiet classroom, no break, noisy class, plenty of breaks. Are we still thinking? I hope you guys can hear me. Okay. Perfectly quiet classroom without breaks. I don't like noise, please. So perfectly quiet classroom with no breaks. Perfectly quiet classroom with no breaks. Love it. Same here. I would rather a perfectly quiet classroom with no breaks than a noisy class with plenty of breaks. But both of them are managed because having a perfectly quiet, well, I mean, can always rest in a class. But our kids supposed to be quiet for longer. Like, do you understand? Like, I'm in between. I'm torn. I'm tired. But anyway, let's keep going. Do we have any first time in service teachers around? Like you're just going into the classroom for the first time, or you just got a new role? Can you just show your hands? Okay, Nafisat says that as well. So is this, if you're going into the classroom for the first time, please just raise up your hand, or you are getting a new role, or you're moving to a new position, or you're moving to a new school, like you got a new job in a new school, even if you've been teaching for years. Like, can you just raise up your hand? Show of hands. Show of hands, please. Show of hands. Hi, if you're just coming, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, Betty is going. I'm guessing Betty will be a new clientele for school. So she's getting to be meeting new students. Awesome. Who else? First time teachers. Awesome. I'm glad you could make it. Who else? This is your first time in class, like you're going in service for the first time, or you're moving into a new school. You've been teaching for a while, but you got a new job, or you're taking up a new role or a new position in a school. Please share as we go on. But I want to ask, honestly, how do we feel about resumption? How do we feel about resumption? Are you nervous? Just one word, one emotion. Nervous, excited, not pumped, not in the mood. Just want to get over it. Just in one word or a phrase. How do you feel about resumption? How do you feel? Okay, Oluwayemi says mixed feelings. Aderonke says indifferent, really. You gotta be pumped, please. We'll talk about that. Bettina says plenty feelings, oh. Like a mix of every. So I will say mixed feelings. Who else? Who else? So many things in my head. I feel you. I feel you. Who else? Who else wants to share? How do you really feel about going back to after the break? Like, how do you feel? Are you nervous, anxious, excited? You just want to stay home. You don't want to teach anymore. Nabila says she feels like crying. Like, oh my goodness. Like, Ibrahim says not ready. Bettina says, can we go back to being babies? Unfortunately, we can't. But I mean, we can go and meet our babies in school. Except you are teaching in higher institution or secondary, senior secondary. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So according to data, just something small, we see that EdChoice says that teachers are experiencing a moral crisis with confidence falling by about 10%. So some teachers right now are in this state, the morale is low. You know, when you go for NYC and say morale high, morale high, morale high. This one is morale low, morale low, morale low. Okay, teachers are not excited, regardless of the meetings they try to have, regardless of, just that low morale, because they're not looking forward to going back to the classroom. They love their students, they love all these things, but they don't look forward to going back to the classroom. Okay, but let's deal with that. Let's deal with that real quick. And one thing that I want us to remember is that a good teacher can inspire hope, ignite imagination, and instill a love of learning, by Brian Harry. So you have a lot of work to do, but just know that in the end, you are giving your students hope again, hope to believe in something, that things are possible, that they can do the impossible. you are igniting their minds, you are firing them up for the future, and you're giving them the opportunity to love to learn stuff. You're opening their minds to possibilities. You're opening their minds to the things that they can do, right? So when you think of these things like your goal and your vision, it's so important to know that your students will definitely benefit from that, like knowing that, oh, I'm inspiring something, I'm being an inspiration to my students. So even if you don't feel like it, you're feeling indifferent about it, but you need to look at the bigger picture. When you look at the bigger picture, it helps your mind really, because you're like, oh, I know classroom management, lesson planning, assessment, I don't want to do this. But when you think of the future, like your vision and your hopes for your students, it reignites something in you. And that's why in TSTA, excuse me, we talk about reorientation of the teaching profession. And it's so important to know that we have a huge role to play in the lives of these students. So when you see that, it gingers you really that this work that I'm doing is not going to be a waste. Even though nobody appreciates it, but I know that in the end, these students are going to turn out for the best, okay? I hope we're together. So let's start with the first step. Now, short story. I went to a boarding school from junior secondary to senior secondary, like JS1 to SS3. I went to a boarding school. Now, every time they will stop, my parents, like when I'm packing my stuff the night before, I would always be anxious, resuming back for a new term and then resuming back after midterm, going back to school. I was always nervous. I was always anxious. My mom knew. So it would feel like I should throw up. Like the anxiety was bad. I would be shaky and everything. Not because there was anybody that would beat me or anything, but it's just that there was nothing. The only thing I was looking forward to was my friends and, the guy that I liked, whatever, in secondary school. So there was really nothing. And there was always this brutality that came with it. So in my boarding school, there's a place you park, right? You park your car in a certain place, and then you have to take your stuff to your hostel. Like your parents can help you, or whoever can help you to a certain spot where they check your bags, right? For those that went to boarding school, you can relate. Now, that was always harsh. It was always like, where's your uniform? Where's your this? It was like military, like, where's this? So there was nothing fun about that. Like, when I just get, I'm just coming in and everybody's already bamboozling me. So I was always anxious. So it would be when I would get to the hostel, then I will breathe. I'm like, oof. And the fact that you have to get there early to get a good bed space, right? Nobody wants to be the one close to the toilet, right? So you have to get a good bed space. I liked upper bunk at the time. Sometimes I feel like taking a lower bunk, but I liked staying on the upper bunk. There are things to think about, your locker to ensure that it's good. It was always so anxious for me. And then you're looking forward to first assembly. It's not like they're doing anything special for you. I was always anxious. And that's why it's so important that as teachers, you create that positive energy for yourself and also for your students. Now, there are schools that go the extra mile. Like I've seen some, the last place I worked, I had to tell them, we can't just let students resume and then we're not doing anything. We have to get them happy and excited. Let's do things that will excite them. And so I feel the first time they did that, I was the one in charge, right, to welcome students, because I've seen in some schools that they would like put balloons, music, all these things, like students will come and they'll be happy, like all the high fives but you can't do that if you don't have that, right? If you don't have yourself, you can see the video at the back, the children are dancing and all. Don't say I'm not that type of teacher. You're the strict teacher that will bone face. Let at least for that day smile. Do you understand? So I will lead us to how we can get this positive energy, but you have to start with the right mindset for yourself and for your students. Start on that positive note. It is so important because you set the tone for your classroom. The way you behave at the beginning of the term, the kind of energy you give your students to feed up that energy. You are the vibe. Never forget that you are the vibe. And so if you produce the wrong kinds of energy or vibe, your students are going to pick off it. They'll be like, this teacher, oh my God, I don't like this teacher. Your students can know whether they will like you or not from the first day, regardless of if you taught them or not. My first day, I remember I was super excited. I decorated the class. Even if they changed my class later on, I was so pained. I didn't even bother with the second class. But I was so excited. I came into the class like, hey, everybody, so excited to have you. I used my high-pitched voice very well. And they were all smiling because I was new to the school. They had never met me before. So I had to put in that energy, right? I had to put in that. I had to create that atmosphere where they could help. I'm like, relax, don't worry, I got you guys, that kind of thing. So it's very important to know that because they'll feed off it. So there are different ways to go about it. Either is through affirmations, whether it's through music, whether it's through dance, you're taking them through a dance routine. If you like dancing, whether it's teaching them a song, you'll be like, oh my God, I learned this song. Whether it's even gisting, how was your holiday? Oh my gosh, like I went to Dubai, I went to Osun State, I was in my house all through, but I had fun and things like that. You can do it. You can do it, all right? So, another thing you can do to create that positive energy is to wear bright colors. If you planned that on the first day, you are going to wear a black gown, I will arrest you. Why are you wearing a black gown on the first day? Are you mourning somebody? Even if you're mourning somebody, I'm sorry, but you cannot. You have to wear bright colors, my dear. Even as a man, you have to pop. That suit has to be on point. You cannot just wear shirt and tie. No, please. It has to be on point. Your shoes, wristwatch, you have to be bright. All things bright and beautiful. I hope you are feeling me. I'll ask for evidence. I will ask for an evidence because you cannot just.
We are feeling you. We're feeling you. I'm going to be a popular yellow.
Oh my God! Please don't. But wear something bright.
Bright color now, yellow Christmas.
You can wear yellow or purple. Please don't overwhelm our babies. I don't know. Says black is my favorite color. Plan to wear black blazers, black camisole. What is it? Can't you wear yellow inside or something flowery? Do you understand? Even if you want to wear a black blazer or your pants should be bright. And before they'll look at you, they'll think you are president general among the nations. Please stop it. No. Come inside. Let them feel. In fact, don't wear two sets. Wear a gown. Wear a nice gown. Wear a nice gown. There's this place I used to get my gowns from. What's the name? 21 Attire. I love they are very affordable and they have different styles. That's where I got my gowns from. It took me out of my comfort zone because me too at the time I liked wearing like black, like as if I was a lawyer. I'm not mourning anybody. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything. Okay, work cruise blazers on Monday. No problem. If you want to do blazers on Monday, there are different ideas that you can. It doesn't have to be black. Did they say it must be black? Did they say it must be black? No. So please wear bright colors. The next thing you want to do is to embrace challenges as opportunities. The truth is those challenges will come. By the time you enter a staff meeting, by the time people have departmental meeting, by the time you look through your list of students and one teacher is telling you that, this child that's coming into your class, the child then very stubborn. No, that's not your business. Don't listen to those kinds of talks. When another teacher that has taught a student before comes to tell you, be careful of that student. Never. That is a rule for every teacher. You are starting on a fresh slate. to know that student. It's an opportunity for growth for you and for that student. So embrace challenges. If they are bringing a new software to your school, don't say, when will we learn this one? It's something that teachers do. When they bring a new software, they will first of all complain. Even if the software will help them, they will complain. Then they'll not say, okay, let's do it. If they bring it to you, okay, how can we use this? How can we use this for our advantage? Pick it up immediately, and run with it. All right, pick it up immediately and run with it. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this thing? What can I learn from this thing? All these things will help your mindset, right? And finally, is for you to set clear goals. Set clear goals. What are my goals for this school year? How many of you have set your goals, or do you remember to even set goals for yourself, for your students? That's something that keeps you on track. Set clear goals, write them down, and say, this school year, I want this. One of my goals for one of my schools was to build them as leaders. I wanted them to stand up to become leaders. So when they were pushing for certain things, certain positions, certain clubs, I tell them, take it. In my class, everybody must be doing something where they are leading something, right? Where they are taking leadership of something. I hope we are together. So even the one that they are saying is stubborn, I say, no, you are a good fit for this. Go and take it. By the next school year, when I'd already gone, when they were in primary 6, most of my students, the ones, in fact, I was even surprised. One of them, she was like, Miss Adora, I'm library prefect. I was so excited. I'm like, library, another one head girl. I'm saying, that one shows you now. Another one head boy, assistant head boy. It was a goal for me. I wanted them to grow that way. I wanted them to become bold. It was a goal for me. Apart from, so my goals are not limited to performance. I wanted those intrinsic characteristics as well. I hope we're together. So set your goals, make it plain. Okay? Let's look at the next one, which is making students comfortable. Making your students comfortable. Many of us are experts in this. We know how to make our students comfortable. Get your icebreaker activities ready for day one. For day one. Don't just go into the classroom and just say, hi, my name is Miss Adora. I'm going to be your teacher for this semester, for this term. Yeah, we are going to do this, do that. I'm not, and that's it. Give them something fun to do. Put up music for them. Say, oh, guys, I learned this new dance step when we were on holiday. How many of you know this dance step? Okay, do this, do that. Play music for them. Please don't play the secular music for them, because some parents will come and attack you. Play just maybe an instrumental. Do you understand? And teach them the dance. Just something nice, not the ones that parents will come and attack. Little things like that can make parents very upset. Little things like that. So fun icebreaker activities, or tell them, okay, let's talk. How was your holiday? Like, where did you go to? Be specific about your questions. Plan it. All right. Fun icebreaker activities. There are some you can do. Introduction. Tell me your name, and the next person has to say the first person's name and their names as well, so that they can memorize each other's names, or put them in groups so that they already start bonding in the classroom, or maybe scavenger hunts where they can work together, hide things in the class, things like that. Fun icebreaker, just Google it, you will find fun icebreaker activities for first day of school or first week of school. You are going to say that even if you are not the class teacher for that class and you have a period with another class, use that period to make them calm down. Then build your classroom routines. Okay, this is, and ensure that you've planned all these things before you see it in your checklist. Don't worry. Your classroom routines, this is where we're going to put in our bag. This is what we do. This is break time. First period start at this time. You have to be in school by this time. If by chance you're not coming to school, you're going to be late, this is who to call, blah, 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 blah. Just do all those ones. Day one, make them comfortable. Tell them that don't worry, it's not going to, and keep reassuring them, affirming them. Keep affirming them as these things go on. Then encourage participation. Like I already said, with these fun icebreaker activities, you can put them in groups. Ensure they are talking. Anyone you see that is not talking, you know, some of them are shy. Maybe you're teaching them for the first time. They are going into a new grade. So some of them are shy. They are like, you know, can I speak? Is it okay to show myself? Allow them show themselves. It's even better for you. Let them show themselves from day one so that you know how to control them from that week on. Because some of them now, they will be forming shy by week 2. Because you do not engage with them, they now show themselves. You'll be like, I didn't know you were like this. So, where is this coming from? Now, the third one that I want you to do is self-care. Prioritizing teacher wellness. This is the one I love. This is the one that I love. People know. Those that know me, they know. You cannot go back to school and on day one, you are saying you are tired. No. No, not acceptable. Not acceptable. You cannot be tired week 1, day 1. See, whatever it will take you to sleep, to that the weekend before you resume, sleep, like put off your sleep. I don't know if people are here. If you're here with me, say I am here with you. Sleep. Turn off your phones. See, someone is saying that school hasn't started. I feel tired already. Please, no, it cannot happen. Cannot be tired. Sleep. If you can afford to go for a massage, go for a massage. Let them touch your back. Let them do magic to your bones and your joints. Let them massage your head. And after that, if you don't drive, don't jump bus, take an Uber or boat. All right? Or I don't know, don't enter AC going back home. But buy fuel in your gen in case you don't have lights in your area. So that when you get back home, you chill, you just sleep. All right? Maxim. Oh my goodness. In this economy, if you keep saying in this economy, the economy will economize you. You have to look for ways. It might not be a massage. It might not be a massage. It might just be you taking yourself out for a movie. It might be you just soaking. If you have a bathtub in your house, you can bath up. If you have a shower, you can take a steamy shower to release those things. Get lavender, things like soaps that have body wash that has lavender, things that help you relax. All right, things that help you relax. Things that help you relax. Some people, it's working out. That workout just gives them whatever gives you that boost of energy. Yes, taking care of yourself is not selfish. Thank you for even saying that, Tolu, because it just reminds me. Taking care of yourself means that you love your students so much. I made a video on that on Instagram. It means that you love your students so much that you prioritize yourself so that you will not burn out because of them. Because what that would do is you leaving your students hanging. You will now call and say, oh, I'm sick. You are leaving your students hanging. You love yourself so much, you love your students so much that you have to put yourself first for the sake of your students. So don't think you not doing all these things is because I love my students. And nah, it's for them. Set boundaries, work-life balance, family problems stay at home, work-life stay in school. And once you cross that gate, dump those things. Can we avoid taking notes home? Can we try it? Can we try it for this term? Try it. Don't take notes home to mark. Exam scripts, yeah, that one is later in the term. But this first term, can you just try it if it's going to work for you? Don't take notes home to mark. Don't take notes home to. I don't know how it will work, whether you're going to stay longer hours at work to finish up. That's what I used to do to avoid taking notes home to mark. I would finish my work and then start working on student stuff. If I had to leave school by 6 or 7, I was good, as long as I wasn't going on with any notes, so that I could sleep in time. And I'm home. Manage stress effectively. As adults, some of us don't know how to manage ourselves. We don't know how to regulate our emotions. We don't know when we are overwhelmed. So manage stress effectively. Let's go to the next one. Set up an engaging classroom. Set up an engaging classroom. Most of us have done that. For those that are resuming next week, some of us will do that. You understand? Classroom decor, organizing materials. You are going to see this on the checklist as well. I've put it there. Okay, you need to put stickers here, tag this, everything. Put it in your classroom. Something that when students come to the class, they're like, oh my gosh, I love my class. But please beware of Pinterest and Instagram. Be realistic with your budget. Me, I was, and I like to, I at first I used to overdo. I will spend my money, do this one because they're only giving you cardboard and scissors with gum in school. Whatever you want to do with it, do. But me, I will go out. I'll go to Mr. Iben. Mr. Iben Courts. Order for stuff. You know these children, I thought in elementary, they will not tear it. Shall be realistic. Be realistic, oh please. Very, very realistic. Mr. Iben collected my money that year, but I mean, be very realistic with what you can do. Be very realistic. Let's move on. Organizing your lesson plans, very important. Align it to the scheme of work or the curriculum that you have in your school. Develop your assessments alongside your lesson plans. Remember, for those that have attended my assessment literacy classes, you know that assessments come alongside your lesson plans. It's not an afterthought. As you're doing your lesson plan, you're already planning your assessments already. And then prepare for the first week activities. Just make a list of an agenda or something, just a rough sketch of some sort that you will need for that first week as a template for the other weeks. Then using tech to simplify your work. Using tech to simplify your work. For planning, for communication, you can choose to use Google Classroom for teachers, for parents, for students. You can use your Google Calendar for scheduling. You can use, what else? Betty, what else can we use again? What else can we use again? I use a lot of Google things, Google Forms, Google Drive, Google everything, just to plan and organize, communicate. Gmail is there for communication. Google Classroom is there for communication. So all of these things, Microsoft Teams is there as well for communication, just so that everybody can be on the same page. Then you want to get tech to help you manage your classroom. All right. So you want maybe apps like Edmodo to help. You want even Canva now. You can use Canva as a teacher. Don't forget, you have free access. Canva Pro for teachers. If you've not signed up, sign up. It's free for you as a teacher. You can do all of those things there. For behavior tracking, you have different things to use. To engage students, you have Kahoot, right? Games, you have Nearpod, you have Edpuzzle, which I really like Edpuzzle and Nearpod. Very nice. Class Dojo, yes. Class Dojo, yes, Mr. Abbas, welcome. Class Dojo, it's very effective. So you can use all these things. Flipgrid, Padlets. You can use all this software. Yes, Seesaw, yes. All those ones are very effective to use. Then parent communication, you have to set up parent communication as well. Some of us don't talk to our parents except when necessary, but it's very important to avoid that backlash or those problematic parents. Give them updates. as much as possible. Communicate with them as much as possible, right? You have to set expectations with parents. You have to say, okay, this is what we are doing this term. This is what you should expect from me. This is how many times I'm going to communicate with you throughout the term, apart from PTA meetings, right? You have to agree, okay, which channel am I going to use? Emails? Am I going to call them? Am I going to text them? You have to establish that. Then in your expectations, define your responsibility. Not that the one you will give homework and then the parent is like, I can't do this or whatever, or the child will keep coming without doing homework because mommy could not help, daddy could not help. No, you have to give them those expectations that they are expected to do this, help them with their assignments, help them with support if the child is lagging behind in school. So you have to set all of that up. Then you want to choose other means of giving them information. For example, a newsletter. I know schools give out newsletter, but you can have your own class newsletter as well, just to give them updates on their child's activities and performance. I will advise that you have a template for all these things now, so that you're not like, hey, what kind of email will I send? No, just have a template that you can follow, and then you just update whenever you need to. Offer feedback to them. Encourage dialogue. Tell them that anytime you have something bugging you, just reach out to me. Thank you. Magic AI can be used. ChatGPT can be used to generate all these things, templates. Yeah, but encourage parents. Parents love teachers who help them, who tell them that, who give them that peace of mind. Because the truth is, you always want to put yourself in a parent's shoes. If you were a parent and you're not hearing anything from school, it's almost like, what's going on? Like, how do I know when this event is coming up or how my child is doing? You want to know. So give them that reassurance that you've got them, all right? So that they don't keep calling like, my child did not do, my child, like, no, we've set our expectations at the beginning of the term, and also boundaries as well. We've set our boundaries at the beginning of the term as well, so that they're not jumping the gun. If you can offer resources, offer them resources if you can. All right. So, any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions for me? Because I'm done actually. The checklist is more comprehensive. The checklist is more comprehensive. I'm done. So I've said wait till the end of the webinar to get your checklist. Don't log out without getting your checklist. Any questions for me? Anything at all? Anything at all? But did we learn anything? Everywhere is ghost mode on my end, though. I know there's always a delay. But hope you learned something. Drop things that you learned. Nice presentation. Thank you. Yes. Okay, awesome. But drop stuff that you learned. What did you learn? What actions are you going to take? What actions are you going to take from now? What actions are you going to take? Very important. I need to know that. Okay, I see the chat. You can unmute your mic if you want to. You can drop it in chat. All right. Hi, Jessica. I learned to smile and dress well on the first day of school. Yes, very important. Very, very important. Just think of yourself as a student coming into school and you see all the teachers boning their faces. No, I want to run back. Mr. Bass says teachers can also use the opportunity to find out about the children's learning profile. Yes, very important. Very important. Like I mentioned at the beginning, don't let another teacher tell you about your students based on their own experience. It dampens your mindset. Use that. Remember when I said embracing challenges? This is an opportunity to look at your children's learning profile if they don't have one, you give them the opportunity from the first day of school to express themselves so that you can, start understanding them more. For those that have difficulties learning, for if you need to bring differentiation into the game and things like that, it's very important. Thank you, Mr. Abbas. I'm going to work on parents' communication, letting them know their child's progress and know where they can be of help. Yes. Excuse me. It's very important. It's very, very important. Communication with parents. Hi, Bukola. I learned to set goals for my pupils and make rules. Yes. Yes, very important. David said, set a positive tone for your students. Very important. Because you are the vibe. Never forget, you are the vibe. You are the vibe. Okay, so since there are no questions, you're gonna get your checklist right about now. For more, you can visit my website if you want me to come speak. If you have any, my husband said this is good. I read that in his voice in my head. This is good. This is good. Good stuff. Elizabeth says, I've learned to set goals and carry parents along. Please, what games can I introduce to pupils? If you're talking of icebreaker activities that I talked about earlier, there are a lot. You can go online and Google. I mentioned scavenger hunt, where before they come, you've hidden some things in the class and you put them in groups so that they can even start bonding already. Put them in groups, tell them, okay, these are a list of things that have been hidden. The first group to find them wins. Or you can tell them, you can create like there was another one I said, yes, that maybe the first person says their name just for them to get to know their names. First person says their name. The second person has to mention the first person's name and their name. Third person has to mention the first person, second person, and like that. Yeah. And just for them to learn each other's names. There are so many things you can do. What else? Who has other ideas for games? It can be a dancing game, dance to my last move or something like that. So if one person dances, just to keep the vibe, one person dances, the second person must repeat that move and their own move. So many things you can do. So many things you can do in your class. Just go online, just Google it. Icebreaker activities or games for first day of school. And it should be specific for elementary or for secondary or for university. University, they don't really do all these things, but I mean, if you just, even in the university, you should have icebreakers. It helps. It helps. All right, to get your checklist, go to this website right now. Go to my website, adoraeguma.com/resources. You're going to see the checklist there. You're going to see the checklist there. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. I have more of these things on Instagram. I do a lot of short videos for teachers. So follow me on Instagram if you're not following me. Just go to Ivie_Adora, IVIE_Adora. You see there. You see me there. Follow me, share my Instagram page, people. Honestly, I want to enter 2,000 followers already. I've been stuck in 1,900 and something. Even though it's not a big deal, but I mean, Instagram will not want to let somebody shine. But follow me, engage with the videos. Yeah, Jessica, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Thank you very much for this session. It's very, very nice. Thank you. God bless you. I wanted to ask, I didn't get the name for, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask the name for your Instagram page again. I didn't really get that.
It's on the screen actually. Ivie_Adora. IVIE_Adora.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I
on
see.
your screen. Everything you need to know is just right there on your screen.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. So to get your checklist, go to my website, adoraeguma.com/resources. How many of you have gotten it already? It's pretty easy. How many of you have gotten it? How many have gotten it? Awesome. Jessica said she has got. Okay, no. Maybe that was the former hand she raised or something. Okay, so I'm going to also paste it in the chat. But before I go, thank you so much. If you need to reach me, once you join our community, you'll be able to reach me anyway. But if not, you can go to my website, ivieadora@gmail.com. That was spelled wrongly. Oh my gosh. ivieadora@gmail.com. I'm going to drop the link for the checklist right about now. All right, so you can just copy that, paste it in your browser, and you're good to go. I hope it was all good today.